we're playing, and Randy Cunningworth is our coach. And we're going into the third period. The second period's done. And, I think at this point, and I had a goal and an assist in the game. I think we were up like 3-1 or 3-2 or something like that. And I was having a great game. And Randy Cunningworth goes, listen, if we're going to make a push to the playoffs, guys, this third period, I want the puck in deep every time we get to the red line. And, I want to make sure that we're playing our style of play and we're focused on playing playoff hockey, winning hockey. So we go up for the third period, and this happened to me a lot in my career. I'm not going to say that I just did this on a whim, but it just happened. Change, puck goes back into our corner. I pick up the puck behind the net, skate, and I'm looking for the first pass. It's not there, so I beat one guy. I'm looking for the second pass. It's kind of there, but he's in the middle of the ice. I don't have enough time to assess, so I beat the second guy. At this point, the crowds are going PK, right? So now I get to the red line. Instead of dumping it, no one's at me now. I've beaten two guys. So I take it in. The crowd's still going. I pass it to, I can't remember who I passed it to. I think it might have been Gio or something. I backhanded it. He one-timed it. Big save, went over. Crowd's going nuts still. And I come to the bench. We end up winning the game. And Markov was the player of the game before. We give out like a hard hat or whatever. So Marky, Randy Cunningworth comes in. Pierre Gauthier is there. And coach goes, great game, guys, da-da-da. And Marky stands up. He's got the player of the game. And they go, he goes, okay, guys, I know I got to give this away. He goes, great game. He goes, PK, you can't play like that. Right in front of the whole team after a win. PK, you can't play like that. I know that you're a fan favorite and you're a well-liked player here, and I get that. I respect that. But coach says he wants the puck in deep. You got to put the puck in deep. I know you're a fan favorite, but for our team to win, you got to play the team style, right? And then he goes and gives the player of the game to somebody else or whatever. So, I'm in my locker. And I want to tell this story because it's important. I know it's going to take some time. You guys are going to edit this thing.
Take your time.
So I'm sitting in my stall, there, and I remember a couple of guys are giggling and laughing because, Lappy, you know me, I'm silly. So a couple of guys are laughing at me and they're giggling. They're like, Marky gave it to you, that's on you. So I'm sitting there, but I'm also thinking I look up to this guy. So anyway, game happens. We play back-to-back. We played in Buffalo. We end up going to Buffalo and we lose. I think it's like 4-1 or something like that, 4-2. And I'm on the plane and we're leaving. And, I'm a young guy still. I think I was in my first or second year. And the guys are coming off the plane, and Marky comes up to me on the plane and taps me on the shoulder. And he goes, hey, PK, when we get to the Bell Center, you come with me. And the couple guys go like this, ooh. Right? I'm like, what's Marky? I'm like, what's he want with me? So we get to the rink. We get to the Bell Center. And you got to remember this. Anybody that knows me, Lappy, you know this. I've never been a car guy. You never seen me in a nice car. Never. It's always a dealership car or something like that. So Marky's got good taste. This is an S550 Mercedes, S600 Mercedes at this time. You know what I mean? Nice. The roof comes back, all this stuff. And I'm like, Marky, I'm not driving this car because I'm thinking if I bang this thing up, my mom's going to kill me if I got to give him 200 grand or something like that to fix the bumper. And he's like, don't worry about it. Just drive. So we're in the car. And Marky starts to tell me about the Dynamo Elite League and the coach that he played for and, what it was like. And he said that when they won and their team had success, he said it was because the coach made sure that they all played a certain way. And he said, PK, our team may not be great right now, but at some point we're going to be good. And when that happens, you're too good of a player to not be playing the way that the team needs to be played. There's going to be time and a place to do that stuff. You can do it, but we need you to do that. Then we went to a bar with one of his buddies and, the rest is history and a few drinks and that was it. But everybody asked me about Markov. And I'm going to tell you, there were a handful of guys that did that to me in my career. Lappy, in training camp, you took me out on Saint Laurent Street for the first time, not to get banged up, to introduce me to all the people I know now. There was always a handful of guys throughout my career that weren't just quick to crack the whip and point out when I was doing something wrong, but took me along and taught me about how to be and how to do things and how to be a certain way. And that's a big difference. It's easy to crack the whip, but it's very difficult to figure out how to lead. And that's why I had so much respect for Marky, because yeah, he called me out in front of the whole team, but he also brought me in and told me where I was doing things wrong and how I needed to improve. Not for right now, but because he saw where the team was going. And to me, that's leadership. So,
100%.
that's where my relationship with him started. And when you think about it, this is a guy from Russia, and a guy from, Canada who came in. And I'm sure Marky was annoyed as hell of me when I came in with all the energy that I got bouncing around and jumping around and putting on the music. I'm sure that annoyed him as a 30-year-old guy who had been in the league, a Hall of Fame guy for me, a guy who's been one of the best players ever. But, our relationship, I really enjoyed the growth of our relationship. And, it took a lot of work. I sat at the Russian table every day at lunch, and they asked me why I was sitting there, and I told them it's because I wanted to learn Russian. So these guys, I pried my way in there, and long behold, here I am jumping on a flight to go to Moscow to watch him get married and celebrate with he and his whole family. So yeah, Marky's always going to be family to me. I love him like a brother, and